Hey YouTube, hey, it's Ev from Blue Tarantula Productions here. Here's another comic book review. Now, before we get started on this book in particular, I'm reading about in some, this one magazine from my local comic book store was called Previews. This is about a year or so ago. And I was reading about it, and it interested me. So I'm like, okay, cool, but you know what? A few years ago I decided I'd stop buying individual comics and instead just wait and buy graphic novels. So, as you've seen in the past of my other comic book reviews. But anyway, so this book on your hand is such a good book this time around. Anyway, so continuing the story, about a year, like a few months to a year later, I know, big gap there, but anyway, I came across the book at comic book store, right? And I looked at, and it was pricey, Christ's sake. How much was this originally? I don't know, it's about $35. So I'm like, ouch! That's Canadian American. It's of course $30. Fuck you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking with that part. Oh man, yeah. Sometimes I don't understand why we have to pay a little extra, but whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to wait a little while and see what happens, if it comes down in price or if I get it on sale somewhere or what have you. So I waited a few months and eventually I came back and I went to a different comic book store in downtown Edmonton, across from school, Grant MacEwan University. If you're in the downtown Edmonton area, check out West Coast Comics. They're actually really good. Big store, big store. Probably the biggest comic book store I've ever been in my life. Bigger than my, my local comic book store. Bigger than my uncle's old comic book store. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I told you all about that story with my uncle in the comic book store, and his comic book store back in the day. So anyway, this book I got half price because they're trying to get rid of all the copies they had of it, and that book would be Superman Doomed. You look at the cover there a little better. There we go. Superman Doomed. Now, if you're wondering what this book is about, well, of course, it's set in the New 52 era. Anyway, so what happens, look in the comic here, just as a recap. So, of course, Doomsday comes back, from whatever reason. So he's going around the world, killing people. But it turns out this Doomsday is a lot different than the original, which killed Superman and the Death of Superman story arc. How big that one was back in the 90s. Anyway, so what happens is, so this new Doomsday, like the one that killed Superman, it turns out that one was just a larva. I'm like, holy shit, that one was a baby. So this one is holy crap territory. So it doesn't need the crazy thing is it doesn't need to touch people to kill them. It just sends out this certain aura, and it'll engulf people in flames or snuff people right out. It's insane. So anyway, but it also has the ability to teleport in different areas of the globe. So Superman, he and Batman, Lex Luthor, and a whole bunch of people are they're assisting Superman to find Doomsday. Anyway, in the meantime, Lois Lane, in the previous comics, she's been, I'm not going to say, probed, but she's basically under the influence of Brainiac. And so she's basically his slave, or his enforcer, if you want to call it like that. Kind of like Silver Surfer to Galactus. Anyway, so, the origins department. Anyway, So she's been doing Brainiac's, deeds, whether she likes it or not, while being a prisoner of her own body, which is actually pretty crazy. Also, in the meantime, while, Doomsday's running around as well, like Brainiac, he's hovering up in his negative part of the ozone layer, somewhere out in outer space. Anyway, he's draining people of, their minds, so putting them into a coma, so including people in Smallville, Metropolis, some parts of Gotham, and some other areas of the world. So meantime, like Lana Lang, Lois Lane, and people of Smallville, Metropolis PD, and everybody are trying to figure out, what the hell's going on. So anyway, back to the whole Doomsday thing. So Superman does eventually find Doomsday, and they fight to the death. And of course, they get into this epic fight right here. It shows in the book here. See that? I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, so it happens. They get into a big fight, and of course, Doomsday just tears Superman to shreds. But of course, cuts open, his chest, and has some of Doomsday's blood in there. Anyway, so some of Doomsday's blood goes into Superman, and eventually creates, Super Doom, which is on the front cover here. So the rest of the book basically is Superman's friends trying to help Superman contain this contamination. Because now Superman has the DNA, like he's mutating into another Doomsday. But if the whole, at first he's able to, restrain, the whole problem. And of course, stupid Lex Luthor, the brilliant Lex Luthor will shoot a kryptonite missile up into the Earth's atmosphere, therefore trying to destroy the Man of Steel from ever being a threat. Here's my response to that. Wrong. So Luthor shoots up the missile, right? But of course, instead of killing Superman, well, it weakens Superman enough that the Doomsday virus actually takes over Superman and turns him into Super Doom. So eventually, he's like, kill all things! That whole thing with Doomsday. So the Justice League basically comes in, and Superman's able to break free of it occasionally, but for a very small amount of time. So they say the only way you could save everybody is if you leave Earth. So Superman's like, shit. So alright, yeah, no, they're right. So he leaves Earth. In the meantime, this alien species comes into Earth, and their leader is Cyborg Superman. I'm like, oh crap, this guy. So his origin's been changed up a little drastically. So I don't know. I never really quite followed the story of Cyborg Superman, even though I just know he's used to be human. That eventually, basically, he's kind of like Metallo in a way, half human and half Kryptonian. Well, or actually half human, half robot, but enough of electronics and gizmos to make him just about as powerful as Superman, which is insane to think. Anyway, so Supergirl, on the other hand, she's flying around, and personally, I'm not a total big fan. I don't mind the new design of her, but I prefer the more classic one. I'm not the biggest fan of Supergirl, the new TV show. Oh, I've never watched the new show. I've been more into the Flash, and oh man, Flash. I don't know. I wasn't really. What's the word I'm looking for? Not totally impressed with the end of the finale of season 2, Flash, but I'll do that as a review after I'm done talking about this book here. So, so Superman is flying up in outer space, right? So he decides to take his anger and aggression on Brainiac, who's been putting people into a coma. So he says the super Doomsday within him. He's like, hey, I'll make you a deal. You leave people, or if you want to destroy something, kill this guy. And Doomsday's like, why would I want to do that? Well, this guy would basically wipe out all reality for his own gain. And what would you have? You would have nothing. Doomsday's like, touche. Alright. So he tries kicking the shit out of, Brainiac, but nothing goes. And Brainiac's, why would you want to kill me? If you kill me, everybody on Earth dies. And of course, Superman deep down is like, oh, he's right. Shit. And Doomsday's just going just breaking walls down. Anyway, so going Wreck-It Ralph on the place. Anyway, so Wreck-It Ralph, Incredible Hulk on the place. So, oh man. So eventually, Supergirl comes in, and she says to Superman, people on Earth need you. There's a lot of crazy shit going down there. And Superman's like, I can't go back just yet. There's some things I gotta take care of. Meantime, Cyborg and Lana Lang are trying to also reach Superman, but of course they get attacked by Cyborg Superman. So eventually, Super Doom comes along and he actually kicks the crap out of Cyborg Superman and all his troops. At the very end, at the very end of the book, Superman does eventually return to Earth, but he's rid of the Doomsday virus. Turns out he went through multiple black holes and it completely somehow wiped like the Doomsday virus from out of his system. I'm thinking bullshit, but whatever. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. That's all it is. Just bullshit. It's just one way just to stop the story arc and just continue on with the new stuff. Now, with the end of the New 52, anyway, that's pretty much the end of the book. Other than that, and Jason Todd attacking Supergirl, and she's made a new friend. Anyway, so, yeah, that story's it's alright. But anyway, so, no, like the end of the 52 era is okay. The New 52 era is just about done. We're pretty much done. Now they have Rebirth coming in. And you know what? Actually, the design of Superman I like because it's a mixture of like the classic Superman, which we all grew up and loved from like, you know, last like maybe 70 something years. 76, 77 years. Anyway, mixed with the New 52. So it's basically classic Superman, but, you know, his entire, you know, outfit's like totally metallic. He doesn't have the collar anymore, which I, for one, actually am kind of glad they got rid of that. I wasn't a big fan of the whole collar around the neck thing. Yeah, but that's me nitpicking. Anyway, but the only thing I have, like Wonder Woman, like they're redoing her design, and it's like, why? I actually like the design of Wonder Woman in the New 52. I really did. Like the silver, red, and black design. I liked that. I really did. I thought that was kind of actually brought her image out a little more strong and independent. Anyway, so, but yeah, I'm not the one creating the series. There you go. Anyway, Christ. But yeah, that's what I have to say about Superman Doomed here. So now, my quick review on The Flash, like Season 2 finale of The Flash, which was not yesterday, today being Wednesday, June 1st, not yesterday, but the week before. Like I said, I wasn't really happy with the ending. If you guys haven't watched Season 2 of The Flash, like the ending, the finale, then, you know, heads up, spoilers. So if you don't want anything, you haven't watched it yet, and you want anything that's spoiler free, stop the video right now, go and watch it, and then eventually come back and, yeah, at the exact same time, and talk about it. Okay, you're back? Alright. So, the thing I have a problem with Flash, you know, Season 2 finale, was, like, the entire series, like, Zoom, right? He's saying, you know, to Barry, I want you to get stronger. Or with my mouth currently, I want you to get stronger, Flash. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, it's just basically the whole thing. It just wants him to become stronger. Other than that, you know, stealing Barry's speed, them going to Earth 2, him killing, you know, Killer Frost, and, what's his name? Cisco's evil counterpart, opposite of Vibe. I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, Zoom takes him out because they disobeyed orders. And, like, interesting. So, anyway, meantime, the whole time you think that, well, this guy winds up on their doorstep, Jay Garrick, and you're like, oh, okay, like, I thought, okay, cool, Jay Garrick, alright. So, Earth 2 Flash, alright. Anyway, so, turns out, like I said, this is spoilers. It's not spoiler free, this is full spoilers. So it turns out Zoom is Jay Garrick. Or not the Jay Garrick, but he's disguised as a guy named Hunter Zolomon. I'm like, right, Hunter Zolomon. So, anyway, yeah, well, that's in the comic books, but Hunter Zolomon's one of the Reverse Flashes, or you could call him Zoom, I guess. Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, Zoom does all sorts of crazy shit to Barry, like Reverse Flash, which was, crap, he disguised himself as the first, Dr. Wells, Eobard Thawne. I had to remember his name for a second there. Eobard Thawne. It's not as, for me, it's not as memorable as, like, you know, Clark Kent or Bruce Wayne or, you know, Hal Jordan or, you know, John Jones. But anyway, so, for wondering who John Jones is, Martian Manhunter. But anyway, Nerd. Anyway, so, crap. Anyway, so yeah, it's crazy what happens. So, I'll go back and just talk about season 2 finale. So, heading up to it, what was it? Barry, sacrifices himself, going through, trying to get his superpowers back. He wasn't sacrificing himself. He was trying to get his superpowers back, but he ended up launching himself into the Speed Force. And everybody's like, dude, we just blow him to a million pieces, or what the hell happened? Anyway, it turns out he basically went to the Flash's purgatory, if you want to call it that. Where, yeah, he's basically just went to purgatory. So all his loved ones are there. So, well, his father at this point was still alive, but, so it was, his, everybody loves and cares for is there, but it's the Speed Force who's pretending, like, using the images as, like, puppets to say to Barry, you gave up your powers for a cause. Like, we're not totally big fans of that, but, at the same time, good job, you're a hero. Anyway, the final form it takes is his mom. Like, Barry goes back to his childhood home, his real home, and there's his mom, and he's like, you're not my mother. She goes, you are correct, but I could tell you this, she's very proud of you. So, anyway, so they start spending time together talking about some stuff, like stuff that Barry never knew about his mom. So, eventually Barry, using, Cisco and Caitlin basically are able to yank Barry out of the Speed Force by using Cisco's vibe powers. So anyway, they yank Barry out. Barry's now got his powers back, but it's taken a little while for them to boot back up, like a reboot. Anyway, so meantime, Zoom is basically taking over Central City. So he's taken over the police department. He's rallied up a bunch of the rogues, or all metahumans and villains around Central City as like a giant mob. Take down, destroy everything that the Flash has worked for, or even kill the Flash and his buddies. So, anyway, that happened before Barry gets sucked into the Speed Force. But yeah, using tricks and manipulations, they were able to defeat some of the guys, which I was like, oh my god, just let Barry have his powers back. So anyway, so season 2 finale. So by this point, the episode before, Zoom kills Barry's father. Literally comes up and goes, he shakes his hand. There's a vibration thing with his hand, and Barry's dad's like, boom, hits the ground, dead. I'm like, shit. So, well, there goes another character, and Barry's like, yeah! He drops on his knees, goes to his dad, and Zoom's like, you care for everyone you love, Flash. Then race me. He's like, what? He's like, I took away everything you loved. Your powers. Just to make you stronger. For you to race me. I'm like, so you basically killed everyone. Yeah. We will determine who's the fastest man alive. I'm like, whoa, pause. Hold a trolley. You basically, killed a lot of people just to piss Barry off. Took away his powers to infuriate him. Kill his dad, freaking just want to, strangle you. Yeah. Fucking go evil Chuck Norris on your ass. Anyway, basically, just wants, Zoom's basically trying to convince Barry that they're one and the same. Barry's like, fuck you, we're not. You go around kill people. I, on the other hand, actually use my powers for good. And Zoom could be like, bitch. Barry, you're such a bitch. Anyway, so they race around, and of course Zoom comes up with this plan that, he's going to create this particle accelerator or something like that. He's going to terraform the Earth and just completely destroy it. And rip apart the Speed Force and all sorts of crazy shit. So that Zoom would become the new emperor of the world in his vision. And Barry's like, fuck you. So they're running around this ring. This is a whole race thing. You have to do 52 laps or something like that. Or more than that. Anyway, then Barry has to beat Zoom down to this machine. And if he's not able to, stop Zoom from turning the machine, if he's able to defeat Zoom from turning the machine on, then Barry wins, and Barry will never ever see Zoom ever again. So then, but then if Zoom wins, he'll kill Barry and all his buddies and everything like that, terraform the Earth, destroy the Speed Force, and just rule the new formed Earth. So it's like, wow. Just wow. But also, yeah, he'll steal Barry's powers again and all sorts of crap, then kill him. I'm like, yay, yay. Yeah, I hate my hair. But anyway, so, yeah, I'm going bald, but whatever. Anyway, so, Barry's able to defeat Zoom. Anyway, and they throw him, they kick his ass, lock him up, yada, yada, yada. So, meantime, what was it? Oh, man, who was it that was on? Dr. Wells actually also got kidnapped in this episode by Zoom. And, he said to Barry, before he says to him, Flash, if you want to see Dr. Wells again, meet me at this one spot by midnight. And Flash is like, oh, okay, shit. Anyway, so, just as insurance grabs, Dr. Wells and yanks him into Earth 2. And he holds him captive. Anyway, Dr. Wells, he looks over at this guy, which has been this big mystery. This guy locked in the cage, has like the metal mask on him. And he says to Zoom, to Jay Garrick, he goes, Jay, if I may ask, who's that? And Jay, of course, is like, you'll never guess who it is. And he says, humor me. He says, well, going through different universes, I've come across many different speedsters. This one, in our hand, tried and stop me, but he was too slow. So I kicked his butt and basically put him in this thing and put a mask over him to shame him. Oh, he's drained his powers. Don't worry. You have no idea who he is. Seriously, tell me. You really want to know? He's like, yes. He's the real Jay Garrick. And it's like, oh, I'm like, holy shit. Anyway, so the guy plays the real Jay Garrick is the same guy that plays Barry's dad. And Barry's like, just deep down, he's like, just silent, like, what the fuck? And he's like, my father, Jay Garrick is a Flash from an alternate Earth, which is my dad's doppelganger from an alternate planet. Wow. And it's like, wow, mind fuck. Boom, blew up a couple of brain cells right there. Like, just collapsing the bed here. But anyway, so, Christ. That's the whole thing. It's basically just Zoom wanted this epic race with Barry to make sure he gets fast enough. And at the end of it, but anyway, so I'll explain now how Barry actually won. He was able to go back in time and talk to his young, past self, like, hey, would you mind coming in and helping me with this? The only thing is it's a suicide mission. And younger Barry from the past, he's like, okay, for protecting the world? Yeah, okay, let's do this. So there's two Flashes running around. One's running around this ring with Zoom. The other one's deactivating this machine. And Zoom's like, what have you done? And Barry's like, I got in touch with my other self, and anyway, so this particle accelerator, it totally just wipes Barry and Zoom, like kills old Barry right off, and modern Barry, like present Barry, he's still alive, kicking. He gets blown off his feet. Zoom gets blown off his feet, but Zoom gets more damage done to him. So his face is able to literally skin off his face gets peeled right off, and he's basically a corpse. So then the Reapers, the Speed Reapers, or whatever the hell they're called, they come in, they grab Zoom and haul him off, to the Speed Force for not execution, for treason. So yeah, I'm like death, Black Flash. So Zoom. So I bet you $2 in a later episode we're gonna see him again, but this time, yeah, he's gonna be like just well, he's already bad and shit insane, but I mean like more insane than normal. He's gonna be death, pretty much. So, which is insane, I think. But anyway, so I was just also then after that, Barry, after this whole thing, he's like, like I've talked about this. I thought about this many times before. Flash does some stupid shit. Oh, I'm gonna go back in time and rescue my people I love. He goes back in time and he saves his mom from being killed by a Reverse Flash. He's like, you'll never hurt her. You'll never hurt anyone again. Man, strangles him. And it's like, really? So he saved his mom. So now it's just a reboot of everything. I guess the writers were running out of ideas, so they wanted something as a new restart. Like something fresh. So, I don't know. But anyway, so Barry, the Flash, like he looks over at this closet and he sees his past self from season 1. Or in season 1 or beginning of season 2, I can't remember. He pokes in and he's like, he shakes his head yes, and the Flash closes the door. That's it. And I'm like, okay, so season 3 is just going to be Barry's mom is still kicking. And I'm like, how does that work? Isn't it that, the Barry basically became a scientist because of his dad was a scientist and he wanted to figure out a way to help people around him, and that was his big thing to become the Flash. So with him doing this, what the hell's going to happen in the series? So it'd be weird if it's it's going to be like the Flashpoint paradox now, because Barry went back in time to save his mom, right? So it'd be cool to see Thomas Wayne Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and all these guys, but the evil variants come in, and Flash comes back to modern day, and everything's all fucked up. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So, I'm actually interested in that and everything like that. But yeah, no, it's just the way just to do a Flashpoint paradox. Like they already did an animated movie, which I don't really think they need to do a live action version of it. It'd be cool to see, but I just think it's superfluous. But whatever. Yeah. So between this video has been about holy shit, almost a half hour. So between talking about Superman Doomed and my thoughts on Flash season finale of season 2, not bad. But no, it's so hopefully the season doesn't go and like boom, like a plane crashing into a mountainside. But anyway, until the next time, you guys, rate, subscribe, comment to my channel. That'd be awesome. And seriously, I've been pretty good. That'd be pretty awesome. Give you a heads up, guys. I've been working on my own comic strip series. I have placed it on Facebook. I don't know how viral it's gone. The whole thing's called Coffee Monster. So, if I ever do get the chance, I'm planning on making more of these comic strips, and eventually I'll be putting them more than on. Find a way to get them onto the social media. So, just hopefully Children's Television Workshop, so guys in charge of Sesame Street don't sue, because my guy is supposed to be a parody of Cookie Monster in a way. But anyway, until later, you guys, have yourselves an awesome day and everything like that. I'll see you later. Adios.